start with today's session. Good evening, everyone. When we talk about the parents are someone, when we talk about parenting, actually, parenting is not an art. It is not like a business, but it is a kind of natural love or the relationship which you share with your child. It is very much necessary that you have the bonding with your child, okay? Because bonding is very much important over here. The bonding, the kind of understanding which you have with your child is very much important when we talk about parenting. I am not here to tell you how you can raise your child or how you can be the best parents. Obviously, you all are best in whatever you are doing. But here I am just to give you all some tips. Some tips on how you can have a better bonding with your children or you can have a better understanding with your children. Before I proceed with the parenting, that how what exactly the parents should do, I would like to start with the 21st generation children. When I talk about 21st generation children, 21st generation children, what exactly they do or what exactly they feel. 21st century children are the children who are egocentric. They are the people who they want freedom. They are good in everything, but they feel that their parents should not interfere in any particular thing. Why? Because they feel they can handle the situations on their own. When it comes to a fight with the neighbor or maybe with the friends, they feel that it's fine, they can handle the situation. Why mommy has to interrupt? So that is what they feel. Also, they feel that suddenly the parents have become old fashioned. They don't want to listen to them because now they have become teenager. So they want to listen to their friends. Whom do they look up to is their friends. Whatever the friend says, they feel yes, that is correct. And when it comes to parents, maybe parents will not understand them. So here you have to start creating that bond between you and your child so that he feels that you are understanding him. Also, when you talk about privacy, they want their own private space. Like if I take the example of my own son, he has just completed his 12th standard and he has not added me in his FB account or Insta account, or I don't even know his password, because that kind of privacy I need to give it to him and I'm okay with that. Also, when you talk about the 21st century children, they feel that they are not answerable to you. Wherever they are going, it's their wish. They might become disrespectful to you at times, but again, you can try to explain them about the situation and maybe you can handle it. Also, when I talk about the appearance is very much important nowadays. When you talk about the teenager kids, they do get, as you know, they get pimples or scars on their face and they don't want to go to college. And it's fine. Maybe a day or two they will say no. Teacher will say, oh, you have got a pimple. Or maybe they will say, my friends, what they will say. Obviously, nobody is going to judge them with a pimple, but it's okay. That is their mindset. A very important thing in today's generation children is relationship. When I talk about relationship, even school children have relationship nowadays. And as a parent, we should be open to those kind of relationships. We cannot tell them that, okay, fine, you have to have a relationship only after a certain age. There is no age limit for a relationship, and we have to start understanding that. When my son had his first relationship, I was the first person who knew about this. On the second day he was dating that girl, he came and he told me. So I feel we should have that open connection with our child, that he shares with us each and everything. These are some things which I would like to tell you about the 21st generation children. Now, when I talk about 21st generation parents, as parents, I want you to have more common understanding with your child. Why? Because now we are living in a world which is very competitive. We have got so many gadgets. We are living in such a technical world that the technical world has made our life easier. And I completely understand that. But apart from making our life easier, also it has made our life schedule very hectic. We are always busy in our own work. Obviously, work will always be there. It will be there with you always. But will your child be there with you all the time? You have to think. It is a very big question. The children might not be with you after a certain period of time. So you have to start giving time to your child. When I say start giving time, you also have to show love to your child. How you are going to show love? By just saying I love you and just go and hug him. Now you will say, what is this? This is so kiddish. I cannot go and I cannot tell my maybe a teenage child, I love you. But yes, you can. I know they know that you already love them. But sometimes showing that love is important. It is very important to show that love, that yes, you care for them, you love them, and just hug them. And it's absolutely fine. You will actually feel good when you do that. Also, I feel over here, when I talk about dinner times, I would like to reiterate dinner times again, because we all are busy entire day. The child is in school. We are busy with our own work schedules. So we don't meet, we don't talk, we don't eat together. Especially when during the dinner times, I feel you all should switch off the TV. The TV should be switched off, mobiles should be kept aside, and there should be a family time. That should be a we time. We all should sit together, maybe what we did the entire day, maybe some funny jokes we can share with each other, something funny which happened, and those small talks are going to create a bond between you and your child. So I feel that dinner time is very important over here. Also, I would say that ask questions to your child. It is very necessary for your child to start thinking. Right now, everything is available on Google. You will just go to Google and you will find out all the information. When the teacher gives the assignment, your child will go to Google. He will find out the answer. He will go and give you the answer. But is he thinking? The brainstorming is happening? I don't think so. Anywhere I cannot see the brainstorming happening. The brainstorming is very important nowadays. Otherwise, they are going to become lethargic. They have to start thinking. They have to start exploring. And that is what will happen when you will start asking questions to them. They will start thinking. Again, I would like to give example of my son. In this lockdown period, he actually used a lot of skills. He actually used internet, I would say, and he has developed so many skill set and mindset. I gave him a free hand to do whatever he wants, and he has developed a lot of skill sets in these lockdown days. And I think we should go ahead and give this particular exposure to our child in this situation. Also, we need to be involved in their lives. What exactly they are doing, whether they have gone for a football match, whether they have gone for a test, please ask them, how was the football match? If they didn't win, it's fine. Teach them about sportsmanship, how exactly they are going to go ahead in life. It's okay to lose sometimes. So go ahead and keep on exploring the things. Next, I would like to say, if they have committed a mistake, don't go ahead and hit them. It's a very common thing that, oh, they have done a mistake, and if I don't go ahead and hit him or shout at him, he will commit the mistake again. That's completely wrong. Try to make them understand. I understand they have done a mistake. It could be big, it could be small, but we should go ahead and try to explain them that, you know what, this is where you have gone wrong and you need to correct yourself. Maybe once they have done a mistake, go and hug them. Try to explain them, and definitely they will go ahead and they will understand and they will not repeat the mistakes. Also, if you have committed a mistake, tell them sorry. It's okay to tell sorry. I know you are elder, but in this case also you can go ahead and say sorry. Why? Because you will not become small if you are saying sorry. You will be there, and they will have more respect for you, and this is the habit which they will learn and they will always remember in the future, which is very much necessary. So just remember that always you can say sorry to them. Also, don't underestimate your child. When I say don't underestimate your child, maybe he has got a lot of talents. Maybe he wants to be a musician. But what you want to do, you want him to become a doctor, or maybe you want him to become an engineer. In that case, maybe India is going to lose a great musician, I feel. So I think so, whatever is his talent, let him explore it. Support him if he is going ahead and he wants to become a musician. So don't underestimate him, but always support him in whatever things he is doing. Also, don't compare him with anyone else, because each and every child is unique. Not necessary that if your neighbor's child is good in dancing, your child also has to be good in dancing. Each and every child is unique. Maybe he's a good artist, maybe he's very good in drawing, so it's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and let him do whatever he wants. Also, imitation, a very important point which I would like to say is imitation. Child imitates you, child observes you, and then he learns, which is very much true. Over here, you have to go ahead and see what exactly you are doing at home. If you are lazy, you cannot expect him to be active. You are getting up at 10 o'clock, you are getting up at 11 o'clock. Obviously, you cannot expect him that, okay, you get up at 6 o'clock and do the exercise. Okay, here there is an interesting question from Pramesh. He's saying how to know what talent a child has. I would say, Pramesh, in this case, you have to go ahead and find out the talent in your child. How you will find out the talent? Maybe whenever he has a free time, okay, obviously he is going to take care of his hobbies. Whatever is his hobby, he will, maybe if he's good in drawing, he will start drawing something. Maybe he will go ahead and take, if he's good in music, he might take the utensils and he will start with the music. So something or the other you can see in him. So once you see that particular thing in your child, definitely you can start exploring the talent. Maybe it's just a start, but you can just go ahead and explore the talent by maybe enrolling him in some classes, music class or a drawing class, or just having a small conversation with him, I feel. Fine. Now continuing with the point which I was saying, the imitating the session. uh, Obviously if you are lazy, as I told you, you cannot expect your child to be active. If you are smoking, you cannot expect your child that he shouldn't smoke. You would say, oh, this is not the right age to smoke. I feel there is no right age to smoke. You don't have to smoke at all. So don't go ahead and expect the things from him if you are doing it. If you are doing prayers every day in the morning, I've seen that many of the kids does prayers if their parents are doing the same thing. A very interesting example I would like to give over here is mine. During this lockdown period, I started with meditation and exercise. Once I'm 1 hour a day, I would say. As soon as I started with that exercise and meditation, I've seen that after a week itself, both my kids, I've got two kids, one is 6 years old baby, and one I have the 17-year-old son. Okay, so both of them actually started doing the exercise and meditation with me, and I was very surprised. And then we continued with it, and now it's like that 1 hour is a family time. That 1 hour is a we time for us, and we spend that time together. And obviously we have got a lot of discipline as well, because when you do exercise, you are mentally fit as well. And that is what I would suggest. Whatever the things you are doing, that would actually help your child over you. Also, parents should encourage their children to go into open playgrounds. When I say open playgrounds, um, because nowadays all the children are on video games, maybe PUBG, maybe watching TV the entire day. So that is what, their mind is not working. When you are going to the playground, obviously some physical activity is happening. Maybe during the weekends, go for a walk with your child, maybe go for cycling. I know you would say that during this lockdown period, how is it possible? But what I am doing is, in this lockdown period, I play with my kids. What I do is maybe just a small ball game, maybe a housey game we play, or maybe I just tell my neighbors' friends to come to my house. And when they come to my house, they play. So at least they have some kind of physical activity, which is actually necessary nowadays, I feel. Also, nowadays, as you know, both the parents are working in majority of the cases, especially nuclear families. You are not able to give time to your kid when you are in a nuclear family and you're working. In that case, whatever time you get, maybe an hour or 2 hours, just go ahead and give that time to your kid, because they require it. So maybe go ahead and have talks with them. Maybe they have some personal problems which they would like to share with you. So when you go ahead and have a talk with them, they will share with you all those things. This will lead to more social interaction and bonding between you all. Also, very important thing is family decision making. When it comes to decision making, we always think it's only husband and wife who will make decisions. kids doesn't have a role in it, but that is completely wrong. Kids have a big role in it. Nowadays, the 21st century kids, they actually think to a different level, which we cannot even think. So here we should start involving them in decision making, and that decision making is actually going to help everyone. These are some tips I would say before continuing with the session. Uh, okay, there is Ritu is saying how you handle the situation. Okay, I do balance all the situations. I'll give you some more tips. How do I handle the situation over here? And Pramesh is saying meditation is really good. Yes, that is absolutely correct. I would say meditation is really good for your memory. I would say that there are kids meditation as well, which is happening nowadays. And when I started with this meditation, my 6 years old kid, every day she does 5 minutes meditation, kids meditation, and it's actually helping them, mentally as well, which is very much necessary. Okay, before continuing with the session, I would just like to hear some more comments from you. Are you all liking the session? If yes, please type yes in the comment section. Do you want more of the session? Do you want to know more, some more tips? Just type yes. Yes, okay, Aarti is saying yes. She wants more. She is liking the session. Okay, we'll continue with the session. Okay. In this digital age, okay, I feel that there are many important things which we should take care of. Now, what are the important things when I talk about the kids? Obviously, you know your kids' friends. They do come to your house, or maybe you meet them occasionally outside. So you know your friends, know your kids' friends, but you know your kids' friends offline. I want you all to know your kids' friends online as well. It is very much important that you know their online friends. As you know, nowadays kids are in everything, FB, Insta, and what happens is they do make friends who are outside India as well, or maybe in India also. So many places are there. In this case, you should be knowing what exactly they are doing. If they are going on the website, which kind of websites they are going, which kind of softwares they are using, what kind of apps they are using. Because in this digital age, we know that things might go wrong as well. So it is very much necessary that that you should be knowing in and out about the kids. You should also explain them that once you go ahead and delete any content from the social media site, it is not deleted completely. It is still there somewhere or the other at the back. So you have to start explaining them. Sometimes they just post something and then they just delete it, but it is there at the back. So you have to start explaining them. Also, when I talk about digital age, you should start watching TV or movies with your own kid. When I go to a theater, I always go with my son. Mostly I go with my son, and my son also prefers going with me rather than his friend, because I am more like a friend to him. Because this creates a bonding between us. I just switch on the TV and I'll tell, okay, you watch TV, because I just want to do some other work. That is not done. At least spend some hours with them. Maybe if they are going on Netflix. Nowadays, Netflix is very common amongst the kids. So what you can do is just ask them, okay, you know what? I also want to go on Netflix. What exactly you are seeing in Netflix? What kind of series you are going for, or what kind of movies? What do you suggest me? Ask a suggestion from them, that what kind of series or movies you should see. So they will start having a small conversation with you. Also try to go and give your own life experiences to them. This is very much necessary. What exactly you have done right, what exactly you have done wrong. They will obviously learn from those things, which is very much necessary. Also, what is happening nowadays is children are so much into activities. I would say they go in the morning to school, then they go out and go to a tuition class. Then they have got the art class, music class, painting class, dance class. They are so much busy. What you have to do is start understanding. Are they getting time? Are they getting enough sleep? Are they getting enough relaxing time? Are they getting family time? Start asking questions. Don't pressurize them, because pressurizing is not going to help them. I know it is a competitive world. Everybody wants to be perfect. I want my daughter to do everything which the other child does. But it's not necessary. Try to give them a space over here. What exactly happened? I want to tell you one incident which happened with me. I told you I have a 6-year-old baby. What happened is I enrolled her in dance class as well as karate class because people started telling me, you know what, she's a girl and she needs to know self-defense technique. Obviously, I agree. She should know self-defense technique. But when I enrolled her in the karate class, after 2 months, she started cribbing. She's every day like, I don't want to go to karate class, mama, I don't like it. Then I realized if she doesn't like it, I don't need to force her. Obviously, I can teach her maybe some few self-defense techniques at home itself. Why should I force her to go to a class which she doesn't like? She enjoys dance class and she continues with that. So we should start understanding if we are giving enough time to our kids to relax as well. Also, I feel that the child should be independent. We have to make our child independent. My daughter, she does all the work. Apart from cooking, she can do everything. You will come to my house, she will go out and do everything. Also, she is very independent. Like when I go out with my friends, what happens is they are always behind their children, or their children are always cling to their mothers. But my kid, she will go, she will have all talks with all the kids. She will become a nanny ma, and she will also have talks with all the elders. That okay, you know what, you are doing this, I am doing that. So that kind of independent attitude you should have in your kids. It is very much necessary that they do everything on their own, whether they are a 6-year-old kid or a 17-year-old kid. It doesn't matter. Also, I feel that you as a parent is an individual. What happens is we forget as soon as we become a parent, we feel, oh, we are a parent, we have to become a best parent. So we forget that we are first an individual. That individuality is very much important, I would say. We have to become an individual first. If I have a passion, I have to go ahead and live up to that passion. If I have friends, I can go out with my friends. I can go out for partying as well. I can have dinner first. If I'm hungry, I would just have a dinner. I would not wait for my child. Why? Because I'm an individual first. It doesn't make me a bad parent. But we have to start balancing everything. Balancing is very much important. I know we all are very good in balancing. It's just that we don't plan the things. When we don't plan, obviously the balancing doesn't happen. And that is very much necessary in today's world. These are some tips which I would like to say. Also, when I talk about the schools, now when I talk about schools, what is happening is nowadays schools are actually involving the parents in each and everything, which is very good. Also, parents have started with home teaching activities like making them do their homework, sitting with them during the homework, maybe family discussions, maybe educational activities. These all things parents are doing. And what exactly the schools are doing, maybe they are starting with some online programs as well. Like first in my daughter's school have started with First in Maths online program. In this particular program, even my child and we both sit together and solve the maths exercise. So what happens, we do spend some more time with each other learning new skills. So this is what the schools are starting, and it is very much necessary. Also, schools have started adult child activities. Also, they have started putting what we say parent representatives. When we talk about parent representatives, they are a link between parents and school. So as a parent, if we have any requirements, we can just tell a parent representative and they will tell this particular thing to the school. Like it is very much helpful in this lockdown period. If we have any concerns, we just tell a parent representative and they go ahead and they just tell the school about this particular thing. Also nowadays, school have started many activities during the weekends, like maybe dance competition, rangoli making competition, and that is only for the parents. So parents go ahead and participate in that, and actually child sits and they'll watch the parents. And it is a great pleasure, I would say, for the child to watch their parents perform on the stage because they become very happy. So it is very much great over there. Also, I would say when I talk about parents, also the family is involved. Sometimes the kid is with the family, extended families like grandparents, uncles, aunties, neighbors. So we have to involve them as well to understand what exactly the child is doing over here. Also, as a parent, there are some times we need to talk with our child what exactly they are feeling, maybe what kind of things they are doing, whether they are taking care of their responsibility or not. These are the things which they should be knowing. Students or the children who are supported by their parents, they don't face emotional problems, or I might say they face less emotional problems. Why? Because here what is happening, they are the parents are always there to support, so they don't they there are less chances of committing suicide or any emotional problems which they actually face, which should not be there. Also, many a times the parents are telling that they don't have time. They are busy in their work schedule so much that they will not be able to go for the activities. They only go for a parent teacher meeting. So whenever there is a PTA, twice a year they go, they attend it, and they get the report card. But they don't go ahead to the school anytime. Or sometimes what happens, there is a language gap between the school and the children and the parents also, and that is the reason they don't feel free to talk to the teachers. Or sometimes they say that the teachers only call them when there is any behavioral issue, otherwise they don't call the parents at all. So in these situations, I feel whenever this is happening, it is necessary that we have a parenting coach. I understand that we all know how to handle the things, but yes, parenting coach is very much important. As parents, I feel we also need a guidance over here. Okay, Pankaj is saying parents should behave like kids to be there with kids. Obviously that is completely correct. Sometimes we all have an inner child, and I completely understand that, and we have to show that inner child to our child. So become a kid, maybe start, he is sitting but you start doing masti with your child, so he they will feel good. So obviously you can go ahead and do that. I feel when I talk about parenting coach over here, parenting coach is very much important over here for our kids. And our kids should go ahead and parenting coach, as a parent, we need the guidance all as well to help our children succeed in the future. And when I talk about parenting coach, the people who actually go ahead and give the guidance to the parents are our IM graduate experts. They are really experts in that. IM graduate is the group of professionals. They are coming from all the sectors to serve each and every individual. They have rich earned experience and serve as a mentor to a candidate, where they can help them stepwise to complete graduation with theory and practical knowledge, which will boost the confidence of the candidates. They also help employees to overcome their fears and take mentorship from IM graduate mentors. So I feel that whenever you have any kind of problems or any kind of guidance you want as a parent, you can definitely contact IM graduate experts for the same. So I would say these are the some tips as a 21st century parent I would like to give you all. Now, thank you for being such a patient listener. If you all have any questions, please post it in the comment section. I'll give you all 5 minutes. Just post in the comment section if you all have any comments or any questions you all have for me. I've given all the tips, and everybody has become a good parent. Okay, Ritu says a very wonderful question. Nowadays, we know kids are really aggressive sometimes. They have some demand which we can't fulfill. So any tips you have on this? Obviously, yes, you are absolutely correct, Ritu, and I agree to you. Nowadays, because of the Bollywood, I would say, or maybe so much of exposure to television and so much of violence in the television, that kids have become very aggressive. As a parent, if we have got a very good value system in our house, still they have become aggressive because they keep on watching in television so much of violence. In this case, I would suggest that maybe you can try to, as I told, have a small conversation with them. When you have those small talks with them, what exactly happens is you understand what exactly is going in their mind. What happens is they keep their mind, or they don't share their feelings with you. When they don't share the feelings with you, what exactly happens, it keeps on going in their brain, and somewhat they keep on thinking about it. So don't go ahead and let them come to that particular stage. Okay, try to have a small conversation with them, have small talks with them, try to understand what they are feeling. And sometimes when they say that they have got some demands which you can't fulfill, so maybe if they've got 3 to 4 demands, maybe try to fulfill at least 1 or 2 which is reasonable to you. And then you can explain that, see, I have fulfilled your 1 or 2 demands, and these 2 demands I can't fulfill because there is a reason behind it. So when you're fulfilling 2 demands and you're not fulfilling 2 demands, other 2 demands, they will understand you definitely, and they will try to they will not be aggressive, I feel then. Pankaj says law of attraction works here. What they see, the way they react and copy. Obviously, that is absolutely correct, Pankaj. Law of attraction is obviously there. So if they imitate us as parents, and they do imitate even I say friends as well, and even the Bollywood, even the TV, whatever they see, they just go ahead and do the same thing. They feel it looks really very cool. Yes, Pramesh says it's because their friends own it and children demand, which not all parents can fulfill. Obviously, many of the kids have iPhone nowadays, and obviously we cannot go out and give our child iPhone, and that's absolutely fine, I feel. But yes, when they see their friends having it, they have those kind of competition basically. That okay, my friend owns iPhone, I also need to have an iPhone. But in this case, you need to make them understand. Yes, if you all need to contact parenting or I am graduate experts, there is a number which is there in the comment section given by Pankaj. Please contact them. If you have any parenting related issues, you can definitely contact I am graduate experts through this number. There is also a website address. Why kids, okay, Momita has a question. Why kids react to their wishes and don't listen to the parents? Because they are 21st century children, I would say. What happens is earlier the culture was completely different, as you know. Nowadays, the things have changed so much that they actually want to do whatever they want. And that is the reason they don't listen to their parents. It's not that all the times they don't listen to the parents, they do listen to the parents, I know that. But yes, sometimes they feel that if I have a demand, I need to go out and fulfill that, and I don't want to listen what you are saying as a parent. In that case, we have to also understand our kids sometimes. So we have to, as I told you, if there are 4 wishes, maybe we can go ahead and do give them 2 wish we can fulfill and 2 we will not. Yes, they do give career guidance as well, Neeta ma'am. So the website address and the phone number which is posted by Pankaj, you can contact them. They can even give you career guidance about the kids. Also, they can help you with the other things. Pankaj is saying try to explain and follow kids to kids approach while explaining them, and many more methods can be used. Obviously, yes. You have to go down, as Pankaj said, to the kids level. So once you go to the kids level, follow what exactly, first try to understand what kind of approach they have. Once you understand what kind of approach they have, obviously you can use different methods where it can help them. Any more questions? Okay, may I know how was the session? May I get the comments if there is no other question? Let me know how was the session. Did you all like it? Did you all really enjoy the session? I am sure that it will help you during this lockdown period on how to handle your children. Okay, I think so. We are done with the session and there are no more questions for me. So we will wind up the session. I would like to thank Shilpi for giving this lovely opportunity, for letting me interact with such a lovely audience. So thank you. See you all soon. Maybe